Okay, episode number 15.
Yeah.
1-5, man.
1-5. We're getting there, aren't we?
We're getting there. We're slowly
We've
getting
almost got more episodes than you've got followers.
there. We probably have, yeah. I've got 15 and a half followers. Not 1,000, just 15 and a half. And one of them's just half a person. I don't know why.
The top half.
Just the top half of someone follows me, which is brilliant. It's the only half that you'd want. So welcome back to episode 15. Yeah,
as you've already probably guessed by now, we've got a really, 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 really good friend of mine who I met through a lot of charity work that we both do together. We both support a charity called Once Upon a Smile, which do all sorts. It's run by Dan Gillins and Daniel Miller. We're both part of that, and we stayed in great contact, and he's just become a really close family friend.
he's a good lad as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a quality lad, and he's so heartfelt and genuine.
And you get that from this chat, actually. This was one of the most, hearty chats that we've had. It was just dead nice.
Yeah, it was. And it's Cel Spellman.
Yeah.
Who you listen to every Sunday on Radio 1. He does a very good slot on there. He does the charts on a Sunday.
He's also an actor.
He's also an actor.
Waterloo Road.
Yeah, all sorts of great projects. He does more recently
Cold
Feet.
Cucumber as well, which was really good when that was on.
But we won't list his IMDb.
Yeah, we're not here to do that. You can
we're
IMDb.
not promoting his work for him. That's not what we're doing.
We're not his PR. We're just his pals.
Yeah.
So we went over to Cal, Manchester.
Yeah.
And we sat down around his sort of breakfast table.
Well, it was
breakfast
like
bar,
breakfast bar, and
yeah.
it's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
Which I've found a lot of our guests have been sort of really, really nice and inviting into their homes, and
because it's a strange thing, innit? Whenever we message them, like, we'll come yours. You almost think like, oh, we intruding, but it's nice, innit? Like you do get a nice bit of realness.
We've seen some beautiful houses. I mean,
I
don't think I'd invite people into my house.
No, your house is nice, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, your house is lovely, man.
I don't know. It's very small.
But it's a new build, isn't it? New builds are, man. But it's a nice house. Like, it's really nice. You got a good little gaff there.
It's all right.
Anyway, it's not fucking home back.
I was going to say, we're not trying to sell homes.
If anyone would like to buy Thomas Sergis' house, So Kel's subject is well, at first he wanted to do the Kardashians, didn't he?
Yeah,
and that's what we went to do, right?
Well, we sort of
he
sent me sort of 4 or 5 subjects, and he was not worried about it, but he was saying, I don't know what I want to do. And I said, the thing is of our podcast is we don't. It's just a sort of a starting point. So we sent over a couple, and I said, we'll touch bases on them all, and I think that's what we've done.
Yeah.
One of them was water, paying for bottled water,
which is the main one that you've clicked on today. Which is that's the main subject, I guess, because we touched on that quite a bit.
And then we went on to Kardashians, and then we went on to social media, and then we went on to just a lot of other brilliant subjects. Which I think it just. Kel's a really, really great conversationist. Like, is that a real word?
Conversationist.
Conversationist.
I guess so. I like it. It should be. If it's not,
well, if it's not, then I'm having copyright.
You like Shakespeare? You're just inventing words left, right, and centre.
But it was a great chat. It was good.
Yeah, and you can. You know what? Actually, why don't you listen to it right now? Why don't you sit down? Or if you're doing some chores, I don't know, I like to listen to podcasts washing the pots. That's just me, don't judge.
Get a dishwasher, man. It's 2018.
Oh, no, I find washing the pots and listening to a podcast very therapeutic. It's almost meditative. It's almost like meditation.
You're trying to make words up like me.
Listen, it doesn't work for me. I'm not like Shakespeare.
So
let's
stop. Yeah,
sit back, relax, or if you're on the train or whatever you are right now, have a listen to
Cel Spellman on Overrated Everything.
Here he is. Let's go. We're on.
Yeah, another week, another episode. Finally, we've been. This guest, Cal, is someone who I've known for years through Once Upon a Smile. I think it's the first time we ever met in it.
Yeah, I think.
And I was convinced he was Harry Styles when you had your really long hair.
What's that? There it is. There it is.
He, when I first met him, he had really long hair.
You mistook him for Harry Styles?
No, I didn't mistake him for Harry Styles, but I just like I couldn't look at him without thinking about Harry Styles.
I mean, I'll take it.
It's a compliment.
I can see what see what he means. Like, you have got a bit of a Harry Styles.
But you had like your really long hair, didn't you? I think
Yeah.
you probably had an headband on or something.
I had it down to. I think I'd got it down to the shoulders when we first met.
Yeah.
That's the longest. It's never been that long.
Is it still long now? So you've got a hat on
Nah,
at the
no,
minute.
it's-
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the little sweat back look.
Thank you. See, I miss the long hair. That's so whenever I've not got it, I just cover it up and let it grow.
I do that. Like, I always grow my hair out, and it gets to a certain, and I go, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna grow it this time. I'm gonna grow it. It's gonna look cool. I'm gonna do something with it, and it just gets to a certain length, and I just go, you fuck it, shave it. Yeah. I just don't have the patience for it. Like, you have to wash it all the time. I mean, you have to wash it all the time anyway. But when it gets longer,
Oh yeah, and then look, the in between stage is the worst bit. It's like when it's not long yet, and then it's not short. It's just in your face all the time.
Yeah.
But then if you get through that, then you feel like you've worked for it.
Yeah,
I
I've had the
suppose.
same haircut since I was about 15 now, just like the short back and sides.
Yeah, but
It's
I
all
mean,
I've ever had.
You rock it though.
Yeah.
Handsome.
I wouldn't be able to have like the really long hair.
I don't think you'd suit long hair. No.
No, when I look back, like when I was sort of 18, 19 and I didn't really care, I was just out on the piss all the time.
Yeah.
I look back at photos of me when I was in like nightclubs and stuff, and I'm just like fucking like no style to it, just horrible, like slapped.
It was your indie phase.
It was my indie phase, yeah.
We all had an
when I
indie
couldn't let go
phase.
of This Is England.
You'd suit long hair, Andy. I think.
I'd quite like long hair. I think my missus would go mad at me. I want to grow my beard out as well, and
Do
that's
it.
the same with my hair. I always think, right, I'm gonna grow my beard now. I'm gonna grow it, and it gets to a certain point, it just looks a mess because you've got to get past that stage. haven't
That's
you?
it.
A nice little bit of stubble looks good though. Like I can't grow anything. What about you? You look like
Oh right, yeah, I'm getting there. It's taken me a while, but I think if I let it grow now,
Yeah.
it's starting to come through. It still looks a little bit like
yeah.
You've got proper like man stubble though, but when I shave mine and it's stubble, it doesn't look. It still look like a kid with a bit of stubble.
Yeah, you've got man
Yeah.
stubble, but a really.
Like, you
boring
could light a
face.
match on your.
I was a late bloomer, you see. But then once I got in and we started blossoming, I was in. Then there was no stopping me.
Look at us just sat here complimenting each
I
other.
know,
It's really
yeah.
nice. Isn't it?
But the facial hair and looking young and long hair in your subject, is it? So when I was texting you. Well, it was sort of last night. It was a bit of a last minute thing because obviously you've been filming in Prague, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you've been really busy.
Radio 1 as well.
And
obviously.
Radio 1,
Doing bits on
of
that.
course.
Yeah.
How are you finding that with work? So are you allowed to have your weekends off whilst you're filming, or?
Yeah, it's kind of touch wood. Kind of always works out all right together. Really, the blessing as well with it is obviously with it being a Sunday show.
Yeah.
There's not too many things that film on Sundays. You know, you've usually got weekends off.
It's a
Yeah,
really low
that's it.
budget independent film, isn't it? Yeah. You're making 8 days a week.
So in that respect, you know, it's kind of always worked out. But as well, it's just, I think I've always said, you know, like, if you set the intention to say you're going to do things and do them both at the same time, and you're willing to put the work in, you're surprised, like, that you can always find a way to make
It'll always
it
work.
and-
won't
Yeah,
it?
that's it.
And you've always said to me that they've been pretty laid back as well, and you can book holidays and things and that.
That's it, and they have been so great with it and so supportive. So in that respect as well, I'm very very thankful for it. To make it work. But it's been good fun.
Yeah. So again, that's what we was texting last night saying about subjects, and we know that there was a couple of things that you was thinking of that are overrated.
Tomo sent a list over.
Yeah,
It's good though.
There
I
was
like
a couple
that.
of things that he texted. Yeah.
I have a lot of things that annoy me.
Yeah.
I think are very
And paying for water was one.
That was one.
Stuck out for me.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
such an obvious thing, but you think, why on earth are
Yeah.
we paying for the right to just drink clean water?
Do you mean like water bill for your house, or do you mean
Well,
bottles
I mean,
of water?
drinking water mainly. I mean, water bill for the house, you're still a bit like, we're not just in a world now where we can all have water. But mainly, the buying drinking water from plastic bottles kills me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit daft, isn't it, that you have got to pay.
Yeah, I mean,
for-
buying
for-
plastic bottles is just ridiculous. I've never understood that. Like, but why would you buy a bottle? I mean, I have done in the past because you know when you're on a bit of health kick and you think, oh, should I get that Fanta?
What, so
or should I
given the
get a
choice,
water?
given the choice, like would you have like a bottle of Fanta or a bottle of water from a shop?
Given the choice, like a bottle of Fanta.
Oh,
But
really? See, my go-to is water.
Look, oh yeah,
I would drink water. I'd rather drink
Really?
water than like.
But yeah,
Dr. Pepper or
then
something.
like I guess what Kel's saying is like you could literally just fill up a bottle of water before you go out, or
Yeah.
you know get a fill up a water, like go in the toilet or something, fill a bottle of water. I don't know, it's always drinking, but
Yeah,
I do get what you mean.
But it's the thing, you know, and the other argument I said to my friends before was, you know, the reason that they're there and we buy them is because when you're out and about, when you think I need a quick drink, there's nowhere else to get it. But if there was like water fountains,
exactly,
which are so easy,
yeah,
you know, on street corners or whatever, you wouldn't need to pay money.
Yeah, that's true.
But then they'd get abused, I think, wouldn't they?
Possibly,
people would abuse it.
People would ruin it.
Yeah.
What do you mean by abuse it? By
like
what?
you get the young kids like smashing it all, filling up
Same
Johnny
with
condoms
you know
with
what?
water.
Filling up.
That's right. That's kind of
Has he
stuff.
done
that
this?
I would fill the Johnny full of water.
Yeah, no, I mean like
couldn't afford water bombs where I lived. He used to go to the Johnny clinic, just get loads of Johnnies, nail each other with latex.
It is so true though. I was lucky enough to do a bit of travelling around Japan.
Yeah.
And they had vending machines everywhere. On nearly every street corner, there's a couple of vending machines. I remember saying to this guy, going, you know, that could not happen in the UK. I was like, why? I said, well, it'd be there less than a week and it'd have been smashed to smithereens, raided, pushed over, graffitied. And how perplexed he was by that we do this out of choice. He couldn't believe it. His words to me were, it's not very constructive, is it? Really isn't.
But no, you are right though, isn't it? Everything that we get good, you get the young kids who just are out to abuse the things that we do.
yeah, it's like in
skate parks and shit.
like you live in Manchester as well, Kel, don't you? So we recently got, I think they're a Japanese company as well, Mobikes.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the Mobikes?
No.
So they're basically, instead of us getting sort of like the Boris bikes, like what they've got in London, where you just kind of scan them with your card or whatever. I've never used one, but so you get Mobikes and you get like an app. You top up money onto your app, you go to the bike, they can be literally anywhere in the street, scan a barcode, it unlocks the bike, and then you can ride to work, then you get off, scan it, and then you leave it. Yeah, great idea. But they've ended up in trees, in the canal, like genuinely people are just, they're their bikes now, like, oh, that's my bike now. People have just nicked them, like kids have just literally set fire to them, like.
That's the thing,
they're taking them back now, like they're getting rid of them, I've heard. Mobike have gone, fuck you, Manchester. It's really worked.
We try and we try and we try and you throw it back in our face.
But I mean, what is that? Because to me, like you saying there, like it's not something that, say, young people just do because they don't do it in Japan.
Yeah.
Is it, you know, I was a little shit when I was a kid. I know you was a little shit when you was a kid.
I'm not denying it. If there was that thing when I was a kid in Grimsby,
we'd have probably done
I
that.
would have done that.
100%.
Is it boredom? Is it what? Like
this? I think it's the $1 million question, isn't it? Really, I think it's a little. Again, you want to say it's human nature, but clearly it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, human nature kind of, I guess, to destroy things and stuff.
For sure, but actually, you know, I think it has to come from the top and has to be a whole societal change, I guess, possibly, because in somewhere like Japan where, you know, it is a little bit more reserved.
Yeah.
But everyone is polite, everyone's a bit more thoughtful for each other.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think it's, and compassionate, and it's those little things that I think we maybe have less of in our society here.
Yeah, definitely.
So without those things, you know, then I guess you open yourselves up for vandalism to be destroyed.
It's mad, isn't it? Like how I suppose the kids they'll look at these mobikes and they won't look at it as, oh, we can use them for the good. They'll just be like, we can get these and we can wheelie them into the walls and and that's how they'll get their fun from it.
But again, yeah, exactly. So I think you've hit it there.
Fun.
How they get their fun from it. If there was like other things for them to do for fun, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean there is things though, isn't there? Like, there's a lot of things for kids to do nowadays.
There is and then there is no, because there's still loads of community centres being shut down.
Exactly,
and you know, especially in more, you know, less deprived areas, a lot more of the working class areas as well. I don't know if there is.
Like we used to have a youth club when I was a kid, and it was mint. And like, I mean, you know, like I say, as soon as we kind of outgrew that youth club, when we were like, say, 14, 15, like we
when
were
you
in
wanted
the
to be
park.
out fingering birds and stuff.
Do you remember what I said before? Every now and again I have to cut something. That's the shit.
Just slide on in there.
Yeah, it's true though, isn't it?
But no way, when we were kids, like we, you know, when we got to that age of 14, 15, when we'd outgrown the youth clubs, like you bored shitless. There's nothing to do. Like you know, we used to sit in the parks, get drunk, and you know, snog girls and that.
Yeah, is that it?
There is. Do you know what? One thinking about it though is like that care for something comes from if you live in a place that you care for.
Yeah, exactly.
You look at the you know where people go, even where I go up, you look around and go, what have I got to care about? And if you why am I going to care for that when quite clearly society and the powers that be don't care for me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly that. Because like where I grew up in Wivenshaw, like you've got the older generation who've kind of been there for years, and it used to be a really nice place, and it's nice and green and stuff, but it used to be like really nice, and they always go, oh, you know, it used to be dead nice around here, you didn't have kids on the streets, and I get that, because like them saying that kind of same generation are like chucking litter on the floor and shit like that, and like it's the younger because I hate litter, mate. It's the younger generation that sees that and goes, well, yeah, all right, then the place is a mess anyway. I will smash this bus stop.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really make a difference, and it'll just get fixed, and it'll be fine. I think it does come from the top down, where maybe in places like Japan, I guess, like there is a bit more, not just respect for each other, but again, maybe a respect for the place.
Definitely, and I think they're more, you're just more polite and more respectful in all round, and that, I think that precedent though has been set across the board, so you stick out like a sore thumb. If you're not like that, if you are being the idiot, which I actually don't think there are any idiots in Japan.
It's like
other than you when you was there.
I arrived and they were like, what is this?
Some of the
literal Brit abroad. Do you know what I mean?
One thing that highlights that, and I never knew this, do you know like the masks that you'd normally see sort of
you see it a lot in London,
wearing?
don't you? Yeah.
Do you know what they are? What they're for?
No.
So you look at them and you think instantly, as a Westerner, you go, oh, that's so that they don't get ill.
Yeah.
No, they're ill. They're stopping you from getting ill.
They don't want to pass
really?
They don't want to pass on their germs. So their culture, like they put their masks on so that, because in Japan, like everything's pretty much like they really pride hard work and stuff, don't they? So if I was to come into work ill and make you ill, then we've kind of, you know, dented our workspace. We've affected our company. So what they do is they go into work, they wear the mask, and it's like, look, I'm ill, so I've got this mask on, like I'm not going to pass you germs, don't really come near me.
You see in it, like in England, like if anyone wakes,
it'd be the opposite,
if someone wakes up with the tiniest little bit ill, they're like, oh, I can't come into work.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they'd probably have sick days and stuff, but what I'm saying is like they try not to pass on the germs. Where here,
that's interesting.
do you know what I mean? They would probably be a bit like that, like, oh, I'm not well, cough on me then, I want a week off.
Come to the underground, sneeze on your hand, hold the pulse. So there was another sick thing in Japan, which proper stuck with me, right? And this is how, you know, the Japanese just do everything right. You know when you're bored in a plane,
yeah,
right. So over here it's like we'll do rows 1 to 10 first, priority obviously first. If you guys have done that.
No, I've not.
1 to 10. 10 to 15 or 10 to 20. Okay. In Japan, we were waiting to get an internal flight. Came out with a little board and it was like window seats first.
That makes sense.
Then the middle seats.
That makes
then
sense.
the aisle seats. Do you know how quick that boarding was? And
Wow,
And I was like, that's so simple but so effective.
That has literally blown my little mind out.
Innit?
Yeah.
EasyJet, if you're listening, crack on.
Yeah.
Oh no, because it'll be. Do you want a window seat? That's gonna cost you 50 quid. You're playing first.
You know what? It's mad how they can justify that. So I've just booked my honeymoon, and for me to sit with Charlotte, we've got to pay extra if we want to sit together.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's like we've paid enough for the flights. It's mad, isn't it?
Paying for
Is that EasyJet?
No.
Okay. Don't tell me it's Ryanair.
I don't know what airline it is.
Okay.
I'm not
No,
sure.
you're going further afield, aren't you?
Yeah, we're flying to
won't be
Miami,
in
so I'm not sure what airline it is.
That is outrageous.
I think they all do it now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just madness. Again, it's
You're paying for some of this.
it makes you then go, fuck you, stupid plane. Then I'm not bothered, and it makes you not like that. Do you know what I mean? We're saying there, like about you know the older generations
They're
not
not
really
respecting
caring.
you as they're not respecting you, so why should we respect them? That sort of thing.
Because I've done that. Like we're talking before about like working in Prague, and places like that. I was working in Budapest, good sort of 4 or 5 years ago now, and I used to fly out on like different flights because they had to connect. But like used to get is it like KLM, which is like the Royal Dutch Airways?
Yeah.
Mate, have you flew in any of them to like that way, like Prague? You get on, and you're still treated like a person. You're still treated like nice. Do you know what I mean? Like you get up in the air, and they come over and like, would you like a hot towel? Would you like a drink? All complimentary.
Really? In economy.
In economy, man. Yeah, like they just still
hot towel in economy.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I remember that being like standard. I remember going away as a kid, and like you always got like food and that or whatever for free. It was just that was flying.
Yeah.
That's the difference between.
Well, I suppose it's
taking
a
a
money
flight.
making thing now, isn't it? Like what Kel was saying about with the water, it's a money thing. But am I right in thinking that in the news, like recently, there was a whole thing about women not having to pay for the sanitary towels for the tampons and things.
Yeah, man. So that's
a necessity. That's what
yeah.
a human needs. A woman needs that for
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
but
need water to survive. So do you not think the water should be free?
There's so many of these things though that should really just be a human right. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, so has anyone watched any of the? This is good that we've gone to this one. It's a Netflix series. I think it's called Explained, and it's made by. It's made by like it's either BuzzFeed or someone like that, and they make this series called. I'm sorry if it's not BuzzFeed. They make a series called Explained, and they've got loads of different episodes. One of them's like tattoos, where tattoos come from, and tribal and all that. And then one of them's the water crisis. Okay. So the thing is that kind of highlights is water is actually too cheap. Water is far, far, far too cheap, and we use too much of it because of that. It's a great documentary because I've always thought water crisis, and I know you've got like your third world countries like Africa and places like that where they don't have access to water as easily, and you go right, well they've got a water crisis because they just can't get to the water. Yeah. The water's there. There is water in Africa. It's just they haven't got filtration systems. They haven't got sewage systems, etc., etc. So they have to walk 15 miles, whatever the adverts and that say and stuff. But yeah, no, the water crisis is basically there is an amount of water on this earth that's always been here and will always be here. That water is like it just gets reused and reused and reused. Yeah. It's been here since whenever it came to Earth, and it's the same amount of water. You drink the same water that a dinosaur once peed out. Okay. Right? That's how water works.
Cheers for that.
However, because that's what I've always thought. I've always gone, all right, but there's the same amount of water here. There'll always be the same amount of water here. There is, but there's increasingly more of us.
Yeah.
So that water's been there for fucking dawn of time, but there's billions and billions and billions of people using it every day, and not just drinking it, bathing in it, watering the plants. Like this documentary explained how, like in America, for instance, places like America and that, they purposely grow cattle feed rather than grow it in, say, I don't know, New England where it rains quite a bit. They grow it in Texas in the deserts because they can just get the water there. So rather than using the rainfall water and doing it naturally, they'll because it's so cheap, they can outsource it, do it in the desert. Have you been to Vegas?
Nah.
Fucking water everywhere, man. Like them fountains and all that. Like you're watching it and it's beautiful and it's amazing, but you're like, that's a lot of water in a place where there shouldn't be a single drop of water, really. So in that sense, I guess what's what the documentary said. It's like fucking learning with Andy now, isn't it?
I was going to say,
what the documentary said.
Shut up, to be honest.
What the documentary said basically is the only way to make water to get rid of this crisis is to make water more expensive for people, so they use less. So your water bill goes up by whatever a month. Then you'll go, well, I'll have a shower then instead of a bath.
Yes.
Or I'll do this instead of that. I'll just run the sink and put the pot in rather than whatever. However, then to make it higher in price, you then have to take it away from being a human right, which will piss a load of people off because it should be a human right.
It's so difficult, isn't it? Like, I mean, because as well, there's a bit of you going, well, what's the Earth, 70% water? And you're like, what, we don't have enough drinking water. But I'm also like, okay, of course, but you're not telling me in this day and age there is not the technology out there to be able to filtrate it and turn it into drinking water.
Yeah, because a lot of it's salt water in it. So I think there is, but again, I think that's like just mega expensive,
really
which
expensive.
Then would make your water bills higher.
But that what you've touched on is something that you can put into, I think, a lot of our problems is our is the human nature of consumerism.
Oh yeah, man.
We just consume, take far too much for what we need. And there is probably a world in which we can live, well, there is a world, I believe it, that we can live in harmony and self-sufficiently with the animals and with our natural resources that were given to us, but unfortunately we're so far away from
I think so, yeah. I listened to another podcast, I've touched on it on here, the Blind Boy podcast. Have you listened to any of them? Did you listen to the recent one?
No, I don't.
So we're recording this like it's the 7th of December, so it was the episode that's just gone out.
No, okay, I'm not. Okay.
He talks about consumerism and the West, and he got this statistic up as he normally does. For us to live our lives as we do, even if you can't make ends meet that well each month, etc., you effectively own between 60 to 70 slaves. You, me, between us, what's that? 70, 140. I can't count. 220. Yeah, something like that. You effectively own 60 to 70 slaves per person. So, like, your iPhone, there's kids who are forced into slavery who go down mines to dig the minerals to make your iPhone or smartphone, not just iPhones, any smartphone. The clothes you wear, the water you drink, absolutely everything. There is an end point where it's a bit unethical. It's crazy. So listen to Blind Boy podcast because he goes into it a lot better. He goes into that a lot better.
Maybe not want to buy anything ever.
No,
but that's it. You can't.
This is what really is it. You know, we can't because actually the way everything is made, all the corporate structures and all the businesses are unethical, are all about profit, and are so far away from trying to, you know, go, like I said before, living at one with the environment, being sustainable. There could be a world in which if there was a big shift in mindset, you know, where we go, actually, things do need to change, but that precedent has to be set from those businesses at governmental level and through the corporations. Otherwise, we're just victims to it, really.
But it all just
and it makes you want to go and fucking smash up a bus stop.
But it all just stems back to money. I think that's what everything is nowadays.
It's money and it's ignorance. Ignorance is the biggest.
Yeah, and maybe we've come too far now. Like with the water.
We're in too deep.
If we... Yeah, exactly. Ooh, I like that. Hello. You know, like if I turn around, if Theresa May or whoever's in power when this podcast goes out, it's probably not going to be her. Whoever, if she or he came on the news tomorrow and went, right, okay, water, we're using too much of it. It's not a human right anymore. There would be fucking up.
That sounds like something Donald Trump would say.
Mate,
What he's thinking.
Oh well, no,
like,
he's the opposite, isn't he? Because he's like, there's no water crisis. There's no what? It's snowing in July. That's nothing. That's not climate change.
Water comes naturally to Vegas. You're in the middle of the desert, mate. But no, if you think though, there's an uproar when there's a hosepipe ban.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
What's a hosepipe ban? What's that?
So
you know what a hosepipe ban? We live in Manchester and we know what a fucking hosepipe ban is.
No, I don't know.
They ban the use of hosepipe basically. When water's running low, if there's drought or whatever, they'll say you can't use your hosepipe. And then actually neighbours do grass up on neighbours. Using a hosepipe,
To be honest, my hosepipe in the backyard's one of them that's all tangled up and knotted.
Never been used.
Covered in spider webs.
It just means don't overuse water. So it might be a bit different in Grimsby because you guys might, I don't know how. So like Manchester, like our water's like from fucking the rain, obviously, and it's like big reservoir. But I guess it might depend on how your place gets you. It might not be a reservoir in Grimsby. It could
There's
be.
nothing's come through, but I know that Charlotte wastes a lot of water. Like I don't know if Emily does it or if
shower for about an hour.
No. What they'll do is they'll go, oh, will you just pop the shower on for me? I go, yeah, all right, yeah. I put it on, and 10 minutes later, she's still sat on the bed in a dressing gown.
I don't get that.
Literally, I put my shower on, and I'm in it within 30 seconds, and I'm out and cleaned within 5 minutes, and then that's it. Whereas she leaves it running for ages.
I can't stand that. Emily does it not necessarily with a shower, but like she's making like a juice or something. She'll run the tap for ages and like do something else. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just waiting for it to get cold. And I'm like, it's December. The pipes are under the fucking ground.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, so the pipes are under the ground.
So during the summer, we had our shower setting on like 3 because it was really hot, and now we've got to have it on 10.
Yeah, because the
never
pipes
knew
are under the ground, aren't they?
I never knew that. Blew my mind.
Yeah.
That's ringing plumbers going, fuck, the shower's fucked.
The other annoying one is young people brushing their teeth. You know, you rinse your toothbrush and just leave the water running while you're brushing your teeth.
I do that.
See,
though.
I thought that was what you do. I thought that, and then it was when I got with Emily, she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, turn the tap off while you're brushing your teeth. And I was like, no, that's... I did.
Just those little thoughts though.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's the little things that you realise when you grow up and pay your own bills. It's like light bulbs and shower gel that was always there when you was a kid, when you everything you ever needed. And then when you get your own house, you think, oh, fuck, like that shit like that costs money.
Toilet paper.
Yeah,
I've got no toilet paper.
Yeah. I think it's one of those, you cross the line into real adulthood when that's become part of your routine. Yeah. When you no longer forget your toilet roll.
You've got to buy bin bags and
do
shit.
You know what I mean? When that's become like totally embedded in your way of living, it's like, oh, I'm a real adult.
like doing a big shop.
When you like spend like stupid amounts on things that you should. So like light bulbs. Like I've got them colour changing thingy
you're
ones.
fucking
And my missus
posh,
was like, "You're paying £40 for a light bulb." I'm like, "Yeah, but it does this and it does that." It's like it's a fucking light bulb, Andy. It's a light bulb.
It was good. I
About
remember when we
£1.
first went round to your house. He was like, "Oh, check this out. I can turn my room red and then green." And I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." And I must have been round 100 times since, and I've not seen you do it.
I've never changed.
It's
the
just
colour
when
of it,
someone
yeah.
new comes round, it's showing off, really.
Yeah,
It does look good though.
Sometimes I'll set it to like. I mean, I'm
Setting the mood.
advertising, but no, like I'll set it to like a bluish hue, and then like if we go out the night, because I think, oh, it looks like the telly's on. Do you know
Nice.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There's
yeah, the colour thing. I think
It's just a-
Phoebe likes to shout like, "Alexa, turn your light pink."
Yeah.
We've just done that to anyone listening. Like, really loud.
Yeah, anyone who wastes 40 quid on light bulbs, which you can't see many people doing.
Did you ever see that South Park episode where they did that?
What?
It was genius, where they got people's Alexas going off in their homes.
No.
Yeah, it was class. So
What was
they've done a whole episode centered around kind of, the Amazon Alexa.
Oh, brilliant.
But purposely putting points in the episode. This is the genius of those guys.
Yeah.
Where they'd be doing stuff and it was firing off people's
That's
Alexa
amazing.
who watching South Park.
I've had a
It was
couple of
genius.
people tweet us saying that this has done it in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think on Kieran's episode 1.
How old was Donald Trump or something?
Yeah,
It
we
was Donald Trump's, wasn't it?
yeah. So Kieran said like, "Alexa, how old is Donald Trump?" Just in the conversation, and then we had a few tweets saying, "Me Alexa's gone mental now."
That is genius.
Yeah, it's
Do you-
great though, isn't it?
Do you know what? That actually was nearly on my list for being overrated because they petrify me,
What?
Alexas.
Why?
Why?
Now, this is a little bit of the conspiracy in me. I
Go
know
on.
this, okay?
No, it's fine.
But
I'm a bit of a conspiracist, so it's fine.
I know we're kind of always being watched and listened to anyway. If you've got a
Your
mobile
phone, yeah.
you've got it in
What,
your
you
hand
think
all the
that
time.
the government are listening?
No, it's
No, they're
100%.
not, no.
Advertisers are listening to your phone. That's
mate,
a fact.
have you ever not been talking about stuff and then the next day you scroll through and there's just an advert pops up and you've not done anything?
I've not
there?
noticed,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Oh man, it 100%
God,
happens.
there's fucking adverts
But
on
like-
my Facebook for like double-ended dildos.
But so I know that anyway, but I just think to have the choice where you're purposely putting in a device that
Yeah.
part of its selling point is
Listening.
listening all the time,
But
scares me.
but
And I've got
so-
nothing time. Just
someone said to me, someone said this to me a little while ago, and I was like, I get that, because I've got one. I love it. I love technology. I'm a little bit of a technophobe in certain things, and this girlfriend of mine, Holly, she was like, yeah, I just don't want it listening to me and like my husband, and I was like, but it's not gonna be. It is. It's listening, but what I think about it, if Alexa's out there and it's listening and it's constantly listening, and it hears people say, I don't know, planning to blow up a building, fucking mint, great. I
Yeah.
hope it catches him. I hope it stops that in its tracks. I don't think that the government are that arsed about me and my missus arguing about Hollyoaks. Like, watching Hollyoaks again, or fuck it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or arguing about like using too much water. I think, yeah, it's listening, but as long as you're not,
True.
But then again, it is still an invasion of privacy. I
and
guess.
that's the main thing. I know all it is as well. I've just got George Orwell 1984
Yeah, of course, yeah,
playing around in my brain going, wow, we are getting literally, well, we're there now to Big Brother is all.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But no, it is that, and it is, they can tune in, listen, go and watch anything you want that I've been through, and that is absolutely,
It's just bullshit.
I'm sure you will think, what a very, very strange child he is.
Yes, everyone probably is, man. Like,
But it's just that thing. I'm just like, well, I want to do all I can to try and keep as much of my life to me. I'm quite a private person, anyways. I tried to stop our kid from getting one. Like, I spent the whole year saying, "Kenan, you don't want one for Christmas, mate. You don't want one."
Yeah.
But he just, wanted it, and that's the way it is. And he loves it, but it's just like,
I think it's a novelty thing. I got one, and for the first week or something, it was great going, no, Andy, listen to this. Alexa, how old is, all that shit. And it was fun, but then it got unplugged, and now it's like, I don't really use it.
do you know?
anymore.
See, I do. Like, I've got.
I like listening. So a funny thing is you can get it to fart. I think I
Yeah,
showed
yeah,
Phoebe,
yeah,
didn't I?
yeah.
So you can go, Alexa, fart. And then
she'll
it does
do
a
fart.
silly fart noise.
Really?
That's probably the most fun.
See,
I've had with
Alexa's
Alexa.
not bothered about listening to Tom.
I also love the idea that we've just had a load of fart noises pop off.
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah. But that's the most amount of fun I had on one of them.
Yeah, see, I've got one downstairs, the Echo, whatever it is, and then I've got like the Dot upstairs.
You've got too much money, mate.
I haven't a fucking wish, mate. I just like I can control my lights, I can do all that. Like, I like that. My missus hates it. She doesn't even, it's like she's my mistress. She doesn't talk to her. She doesn't, like...
Sounds like the best
think
thing
that she's there. Like, genuinely, Emily just can't get down with Alexa. She's like, just use the light switch. And I'm like, just use Alexa or whatever. I just like it feels a bit Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can walk in my living room and you can actually change it from saying Alexa to, like, computer. Do you know what I mean? Like, computer, turn the lights on. Like, it's fucking Star Trek.
And that's this week's...
there we go.
every single week, whenever we do a podcast, without doubt, there will be an accent from Andy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get jobs. Trying to get voice jobs.
Yeah, I'd give you him if I had him. Please keep going. But you are speaking to someone who I've got a little bit of tape over my camera on my laptop.
Oh,
Are you one of them?
Yeah.
Got all of that.
What do you... Again, I mean... Yeah. I don't... But then again, I think, are people going to be, again, that bothered about seeing? But then, fuck yeah, because, I mean, for people like us, you know, it was only, 10 years ago, maybe less, that there was the phone hacking scandal and stuff, like, where, people were actually getting hacked by newspapers, like, just normal sort of, like, people we know. I know, listening to Craig, I don't want to talk too much about it, but Craig Parkinson's Two Shot podcast, like Ralph Little mentioned, like he was a part of that.
Oh really?
Yeah. His like phone did. But
what? And you genuinely believe that? So you've
that's what I'm saying, but it could happen.
Laptop, Kel, you've got sellotape over you.
Over the camera, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, but the not is because the whole thing on what have you got typed. Like, I haven't got anything typed, but it's like, why should someone have a right if they really wanted to?
And
which
they can.
Just log in and go, let's see what Kel's laptop camera can see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Bombing it there.
See,
Like,
I was watching you with your snorkels on and a piece of ham in your hand. just
what?
It's off the in-betweeners.
yeah, or American Pie, do you know what I mean? With the cherry pie my mum's made.
Yeah.
Mate, I want to hack into your thing now.
Yeah.
Because that does happen. I was watching something the other day where it was kids with iPad. I think it's called an inner tab, which my little girl's asked for one. Inner tab, basically a kid's iPad. You could do sort of enough stuff, but not like it's not as you think, not as unsafe as an iPad. They can't just download whatever they want and whatnot. It's aimed at kids. But yeah, no, it was on what's it called, Watchdog or whatever the other day. That people, there's a fault in some of them, and people can genuinely hack in and watch your kids.
Wow, that's scary, isn't it?
Petrifying, mate.
Horrible.
The way that technology does advance, and I know again we're touching on what Kieran was on about, but
it's fine.
It's something that everyone has. Everyone has a lot of technology in their life, don't they? In terms of phones and laptops. And I was watching. I put something on Twitter the other day about robots. Did you see what I tweeted? That robots are becoming more and more human-like. I watched a video where there was a robot walking upstairs and it was doing flips and it was jumping up stuff, and I was like,
You seen the one where it opens the door?
No.
I've seen there's a robot that goes up, it's in a room,
Yeah,
and it goes up to the handle, opens the handle.
Oh, is it the dog thing?
Yeah,
The dog
yeah,
thing. Yeah. And there was another one on the one. What's that one that Piers Morgan does? That Good Morning Britain. There was a robot on there, and it had full-blown conversations.
Yeah. There's one
So
in
it can talk. It can talk.
In the one in like, I want to say like Saudi Arabia or somewhere along that kind of around that area, that's been granted citizenship.
Fucking hell.
In effect, makes it sort of not sentient, I guess, because it's not, but makes it kind of, a human or something, which is strange, isn't it?
It's scary.
Well, it's strange, and you're thinking of all the robot films we've seen, iRobot and all them bits, and you're going, that's come from somewhere. When you look at old Blade Runner, when you had him predicting FaceTime, you'd watch that going, that is now a thing. Do you know what I mean? These ideas all stem from somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
and the ideas can then become reality. Like if someone's seen this brilliant idea, then they can then work towards making that a reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Is there not that thing though as well? This might be absolutely totally fake news, and I've read this.
It's fine, mate.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm
everything is nowadays.
True. But like NASA are somewhere between like 30 to 50 years ahead of us in technology. So
Apple,
what we get is like drip fed from them. So what we're probably getting now is that they had 20 years ago, basically. So.
But I read that.
You're thinking, well, what are they doing now?
I read that with Apple. That Apple have got like the next sort of 7 or 8 generations of phones ready.
Of course.
But they're only, like you said, drip feeding us
for more money.
For more money.
Yeah. But I mean, where we've come in the last what, 10, 15 years
Scary.
is mad as it is. Like you say, like what, if they're ahead of that, do you know what I mean? If we could have a conversation with our parents at our age and say, yeah, you're gonna have basically, that computer that you can't afford because it's like mega money because it's the 80s. You're gonna have one of them in your pocket, and it's gonna be better than that.
Yeah.
Hundreds of times better than that, and it's going to be in your fucking pocket, and it's going to listen to you.
If you think that, can you remember when you used to watch the old spy movies like James Bond, and he'd have this thing on his wrist that he could talk to, and then someone would then talk back? Yeah, that's an Apple Watch that most people have.
Nah, the thing,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talking to he's talking to his wrist, and someone's talking back. Like,
what pisses me off with that, right? And it's the only reason I've not bought an Apple Watch. And Apple, if you're listening, I know you're doing it. Tomo's just told me. Like you saying, they have stuff like the next 10 iWatches or whatever they're called, Apple Watches.
iWatches.
Where's the one with the camera on so I can
FaceTime,
it wouldn't work for you, Cal, because you'd tape it up. I want that, man, because when James Bond did it, he wasn't like, do you know what I mean? He was having a conversation
And
with
of course it's there.
Yeah,
Like, there's no
it's a
reason
little
why
camera in a thing.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, that is all. It's like you think though. Like I'm looking at this iPhone now. Going,
How come
they
you haven't
probably-
taped your phone one up?
This is a new phone.
Because it can just
actually.
see into your ear.
No, I actually on my own one.
That Cel
I
Spellman
literally
needs
got
to
this
clean
2
his
days ago, funnily enough. But that'll get a little bit of tackle.
No,
Oh, is it?
really?
Do you do it on your phone? Yeah.
Which is, and then you go to take a selfie. It's like you get to do it on your phone.
Yeah, imagine meeting like with David Beckham. Just one sec, pal. Let me just take the tape off. That's mad.
That's
Yeah.
But no, what was going to say there? But they all that stuff does exist. They just choose not to give it to us.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
a
what I
battery
mean.
life. Come on. You're
Yeah.
telling me in this day and
Yeah.
age, they've got a battery that can last at least a day properly.
100%. 100%.
But I know there was more technology on, like, you used to get the Nokias that used to last for like a week.
Yeah.
There's obviously more goes into that. Because if you don't close your Twitter and your Instagram and your Facebook, that refreshes.
Yeah,
So,
all the
so
time. It's
So
every now
what
and
you
then.
can do to help your battery life is you close all your apps, and that does help.
The one maybe I will come round to, Andy, is like in Star Wars, when
Yeah.
you have your little hologram pop up.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that'd
what
be
I
cool.
want to come out. Do you know what I mean?
Out you watch, yeah.
There's Andy and Tomo. They're like,
We could have done the podcast like that.
how good would that have been? Then have a little blue hologram. On
I
your
love shit like. Well,
But it's mad.
again, like, didn't they have like Tupac?
Well, Amy
perform?
Winehouse.
Freaking.
Amy
Where's
Winehouse
that
is
gone?
now. Well, obviously Amy herself hasn't, but I think her dad has announced a full-blown tour, a hologram Amy Winehouse tour,
That's class. I mean,
which
that's,
is fucking brilliant.
Unbelievable.
it's amazing again, but then that's quite scary.
It
Like,
must be weird for the family.
Yeah,
sorry,
and no. All about the question I'm going is it? You asked Amy if she wants to do it.
This is what I mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's that whole question as well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
grey area, really. It
is. It's again. It's that idea of, like you were saying earlier on, of humans kind of being fascinated with like always like robots and stuff like that. Another thing that we've always kind of been fascinated is with either prolonging life or raising the dead, and that's
true. That
in a sense that isn't it really.
Yeah, no, it really is.
It's not, because it's not going to be
It can't
Tupac or Amy. It's not going to heard a fly or something. Then it's not going to. It's not going
it's
to.
the government, mate. They've got little robot flies.
literally just storm this house now. You're on to us.
I think
Have
it
you,
was before.
have you seen them? I think the writer of Black Mirror is like XMI5 or some shit like that.
Oh.
Some of them episodes.
What?
You watch Charlie Brooker.
Charlie Brooker.
So you watch them episodes and you just think, how can a one man think of things that clever and that brilliant?
Because he's fucking genius, isn't he?
He
Charlie
is.
He's an
Brooker.
actual
I love the man, mate.
I-
I'd love to have him on here, but
Yeah.
That'll definitely happen one day. No, I was gonna say I can only ever watch one of them like one episode at a time. It takes
Yeah,
about a good day to recover from an
yeah,
episode.
yeah. They're very deep, aren't they? They're
Very deep,
fucking-
and I think as well, the more we're advancing and the more we're progressing, the closer we are becoming to that, which
Yeah.
it makes it homey. If you watched that 5 years ago, you go, we're well far away from that. Let me watch. I'll binge watch 3 back to back. Now we're there. It's like,
Oh shit.
But then again, and I know Charlie Brooker put this on Twitter when it actually happened. But you say that, oh, that's gonna happen. Like, wasn't the first episode about Prime Minister fucking a pig?
It was indeed.
Yeah.
And that allegedly
Look what it
happened.
went
It's
down.
just like the whole Simpsons thing. They predict everything. The Simpsons.
Yeah, I've seen that.
There's
like,
a lot of Simpsons
apparently they
predictions.
predict
Boris Johnson.
Boris
fucking,
Johnson. Fucking
Donald
hell,
Trump.
imagine this.
Yeah, they're both
Don't
playing
tell me there's an
puppets.
episode where he was Prime Minister.
Yeah, no.
God.
But no, it's mad how people do write them. They'll sit there in a dark room, no doubt, writing these things, And then lo and behold, 15, 20 years later, it actually happens. It's fucking mental, isn't it?
It's scary, man.
It is scary.
It is weird. I guess I don't know. Like, what is that? How are the Simpsons doing that? Do you reckon? Because they're not seeing into the future.
No, of course
not.
not.
Or are they? I don't know. I don't.
Is Matt Groening a time traveller?
It could be.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, he did Futurama. Like, that could all be real. That could be what's going on.
Well, again, that goes back to the robots and stuff, doesn't it?
Exactly. But
It's crazy.
It is mad. It must be there, something like maybe a collective conscience or something that, like, I don't know.
Yeah, or even just thinking about a world in which you personally think is fucking mental.
Yeah.
Putting that onto paper and then maybe
And then Donald
creators,
Trump does become
again like what I
president.
was saying, creators are watching that and maybe going, that could be a thing, we could make that happen.
Yeah, but the
with
thing
the
is,
technology,
with the Simpsons,
you know what I
though,
mean?
like, some of it's scarily accurate.
Yeah.
Like, not even, like, episode, like, want like a picture where it's like Donald Trump, and it's like they stood around some circle thing. It might
With
be
the
a
Saudi
globe,
Arabian,
and there's like a Saudi Arabian guy with him, and there's someone else,
yeah.
and even in the
it
background
was
there's
Vladimir
like
Putin,
a random man, a random woman, and the picture,
it was Putin, Donald Trump, and some Saudi Arabian high up guy. But it was literally the exact same photo.
But then have
Mad.
people actually checked that's actually come from The Simpsons? That's
Or
the
do you
thing.
reckon
Someone could have drawn that.
Donald Trump's looked at a photo and gone, right, let's recreate this.
Yeah, just as shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But then, no, but like what I'm saying is like, because I see them on Facebook all the time. Some of them I go, I remember that episode of, this happening or whatever, but I can never remember a Simpsons episode of Donald Trump stood around the thing. Has someone seen that picture, then drawn that, and then just put it out there, and now we live in this world, like you said before, of fake news, where we instantly see it on our timeline and go, fucking hell, the Simpsons can predict. Has anyone actually gone back and checked whether they did that, or whether someone's just really good at drawing the Simpsons really quick?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it? Go on, sorry, man.
I was just going to say, probably the same as you. We'll come
just
back
going on,
round to your subject, which is water.
What was the other ones that you were speaking about?
I mean, I think this is a good one because like we said at the beginning, you had a few, didn't you? Like you wanted to touch on a couple, but I think the episode's gone, pardon the pun, swimmingly.
We really threw ourselves in the deep end.
I hope this one makes a big splash.
Go by swimming with men.
Which I do need to do actually.
Yeah, I've still not seen it.
I've not seen it
Well,
yet.
I was looking on there to see if you had any of mine, and I didn't see any, so I didn't want to bring it up.
No, I have got the full This Is England box set. It's
I
not
didn't
in
see
there, but
that,
I
yeah.
have
Do you ever? I mean, I was gonna say there's no question both of you. Do you ever do that though? You, like go around to someone's house who like you've just met, or even like someone you don't really know, or whatever, and you sat down just having a beer or whatever, having a coffee and that, and they've got something you're in on the DVD. You're like, fucking hell, like, I found it a bit weird.
I do it. Like I did it when I walked in. I looked at his DVD shelf and I thought, I wonder if he's got anything that I've done.
Oh, you purposely looked for it?
I saw the shelf and I thought, I'm gonna have a look.
I love it though. I'll any of my friends anyway. I love film and TV, but anything that my friends have done, I always try and go out and I'll go and get it. I love to have it because I'm just so proud as well. Like a proper buzz off it, like. Because I love film and TV, and it's like, my mate's in this film. Or mates are in this series.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'll always go out, and then it's nice to put the money back into it as well.
Yes, exactly.
It is nice, isn't it, when you've got we're so lucky to be in the industry, and especially with the charity that we do. So there's a lot of different actors and singers, and it's nice when you see something happen for them in their life that just like with Lloyd Griffith, like when he got the Soccer AM job, I was fucking buzzing for him. Like,
it was I was over the moon.
It was amazing because I remember we was in London, me and Lloyd, and we was in a taxi and we was going over the London Bridge, and he was saying, I've got a meeting next week for this for Soccer AM, don't say out. And he was saying, I don't know if it's ever going to work. And then he rang me a couple of weeks later saying, I've got it. And I was wow,
so
mate, it's brilliant.
But we're also lucky, that for myself, speaking for myself, from the people that I'm surrounded by, do all celebrate and empower each other, and their good news is your good news. That's not a normal thing, though. People,
it's not, is it? People do tend to kind of not enjoy
Support,
other people celebrating and not support, which I think's a bit mad, me.
But I think, and part of it, I think a bit of is our northernness. I think being northern.
I think
very humble.
Yeah, I think British. I don't know though, because I do think like British people in general, we don't really like to necessarily. I do, and I know you guys are the same, but we don't really like like to celebrate each other's successes, or like I don't like to boast because I feel like maybe I'm showing off.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If I get a part, then I'm buzzing. Internally, I'm like, fucking, this is amazing. I really want this. Oh, and I'll do that with my wife and with my family and that. But like, you know, if you turn around to me and went, oh, did you get that part? I'd be like, yeah, man, yeah, start on Tuesday. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be all right, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of go inwards.
I love sharing other people's success, and especially the people who I know and care about. Like,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I do, but I think the general kind of population are a bit, I don't know, or I think we think that they're like that maybe.
Yeah, I've spoke about this so much. It's a really difficult thing to pin down why we do it. I think a bit of it as well is where, again, it comes from where we're kind of caring, compassionate and loving people. I go realise maybe the mate who's asked me, it has been a bit quiet for him, so I don't want to be going, well, yeah, actually, I did get it, mate. Do you know what I mean? So you just instinct, and that just comes from a place of actually just being thoughtful and caring. But you are right, it is within our nature. But then comes back to that whole thing of what we're saying with we don't care for each other outside of our circle.
Yeah.
We don't have any time for it, really.
I suppose in other industries, it's sort of like you could really be at competition with someone. If someone's going for a manager role in an office, and if someone else is going for it, they'll be really gunning for it. And whereas in our job, if I went for an audition and Kel went for the same part, like
you'd wish each other the best.
Obviously, I'd be buzzing if I didn't get the job, I'd be like, a bit devoted. But then if they turned around and said, Kel's got it, that would make me feel so much better. I'd buzzing.
So true. I always think if I know a couple of my mates going for it, I'm like, well, buzzing, we've got 3 or 4 chances. It's how I'm seeing it. Like, it's not one chance of us getting it, or there's 4 chances of us getting it. So great.
Whereas in an office, it might be, oh, fucking hell, Danny got that job and I didn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, because I guess with that, I guess you're probably just around each other a bit too much of them maybe, and you just do each other's head in a bit. Like I've not seen you for a good couple of months, Kel. Like we've not seen each other for a couple of weeks. Like, do you know what I mean? So when we do see each other doing well, we do celebrate that. But
A friend gave me an amazing. I think I'd be right in saying, I think metaphor is the right English, or kind of imagery basically. He's saying, with a candle, he says, just because yours candle's burning, doesn't mean you can't go around and light everybody else's candle. It doesn't just have to be your candle burning. No, and I thought that's such a great.
That is really nice.
That is the one. Definitely that's kind of how I'd like to see the way I'm living my life. But some people, their candle's burning, they'll go, yeah, good luck lighting yours.
And they'll shield theirs. But it's so nice that people in our industry are so supportive. And I know Craig Parkinson, who does the 2-shot, like he's so supportive.
He sends us a little message every week.
And I've known him for years, so he's become a good friend. But I mean, it's just so nice that other people who are doing the same thing, that, I mean, I don't suppose you're in competition with each other, but, there is that sort of aspect that we are doing the same thing, but it's nice that he will give you the praise for what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
And I guess just, like, it's nice, isn't it? Like, you want to, because I love what he's doing, and I want to say that episode was mint, because it really, like we were saying earlier on, like, we listen to podcasts and that, like, quite a bit, like, they are just nice, and like or even like you say, like seeing you, Kel, in something, like it's like fucking hell, mint, man. I love that guy. Mint. I love that he's doing that. Like,
do you find it? Oh, sorry, go on, mate.
I'm not saying. I was just saying, I'm buzzing.
Do you find it hard to watch your mates who you know really well playing different characters? Or
not really, Actually, no. I think, I'm not trying to blow smoke up anybody's backside here, but I think again I'm quite lucky. All my mates are very, very talented. I don't get me wrong. You sit there going, okay, let me see. 8, 9 times out of 10, I watch it and go, I totally forgot I was watching it. And I guess as well it's more of a credit to them, because I know them.
I know them on a personal level.
I still was in with your character that you created there. But then there might be the odd time when you go, I saw a bit of you in there. But
then sorry, go on.
No, go on.
No, go on. What was you saying? Go on.
No, it's gone back.
Gone. Fuck it. Well, mine's gone now. What was that? Oh, that was what it was. So I was watching something the other day, and I thought, when you're watching someone play a character, and you often think, fucking hell, that was brilliant. I wish I could beat that. I wish I could do that. But then in a way, I thought that, say if you're watching Johnny Depp in a film, and you think, wow, that was amazing. And you think, I couldn't do that. But then Johnny Depp will watch something that you do, and he might think the same, because we're all so unique in our own way.
So true.
You know what I mean? We all take a part of ourselves, which is why we've been cast in the first place.
Yes.
Because you take something that you've got personally, and you can, feed that into your character. It's sort of, it's nice.
And it's that whole thing of as well, then, no doubt, if you're taking Johnny Depp as a case, an example, he'll be watching himself going, I can see me there, but then we're watching it and going, what you're talking about, mate. That's
Yeah.
performance you've given. Same as when we do some. I don't know about you, but
I
it's
hate
the
it
absolute
sometimes.
hits for me.
Yeah. Do you watch yourself back a lot?
Because
Because some people do.
Most nights. Every night I watch Eden Lake. Every night.
I watch you guys most nights just to send me off. Do you know what I mean? We get to 1 o'clock in the morning. Go, Andy and Tom time. Do you know what I mean?
Did I just hear a door lock?
You're my people now.
No, I do find it real. I do sometimes know. Sometimes, well, you want to see the finished piece of something, so you can watch that, and I want to see how it was as a whole. But I still can't have that. The minute you see yourself, you critique it straight away.
Yeah.
I listen back to myself more than I watch myself. Same
For
the
radio,
which is quite interesting.
Yeah, that's mad.
I found that's as much as as we all do. Hate the sound of your own voice. I've learned a lot more from my presenting on the radio through listening back. That's how I've definitely grown as through the show doing that. That's been a massive help.
Yeah.
But with the acting, it's a bit the opposite really, because you end up getting in your head too much.
Do you reckon it's because of that though? Because like you can listen to yourself back, and if you go, because you wouldn't go, oh, I can hear myself there, because you should do. But when you watch, do you know what I mean? When you're acting, you're playing a character, so you probably, like you said before, you probably are watching more for them like telltale signs of
Definitely, because I can hear something in a link, and I'd go, okay, I said that word too many times. I said like 3 too many times, so I can make a note, don't say like as much.
He says that about me, though.
Yeah, you say like a lot.
I didn't like the way I got out of that, my ending point. How would I have done it differently? I'll know that for next time. But if I'm watching myself, you're going, what's my eyes doing there? Oh, what's that little fidgety thing
like that
doing?
with my eyes,
Do you know what I mean? And then that...
I'm like, where the fucking hell's my eyes going?
But and then if I'm thinking about that, then I don't want to be sitting in an audition thinking about, okay, remember you did your little fidgety hand thing, what's your mouth doing? Then I'm forgetting totally who I am, what I'm reading. So I think it's definitely helped my presenting, maybe not so much with the acting.
Because I asked that like about watching yourself back, because again, kind of going back to what we were saying.
I think you can learn a lot from it.
Yeah, definitely. Like I always watch everything that I do just because
you're quite proud of it, man. Yeah, I'm like that.
I was watching I'm a Celeb.
What, have you done I'm a Celeb?
No, I was watching it.
Okay.
And it's John Barrowman.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying, like, he said, like, he was like, I love watching myself. Like, I watch myself back in everything I do, and I'm proud of it. Like,
you give yourself self-confidence.
It's took him a lot of hard work to get on TV, to be an actor, to be a, I think he does, like, musical theatre and stuff. It took him a lot to do that. Then, I'm going to sit and watch it. Which is, not, again, this is what I'm saying, like, I think some people will have watched that and gone, oh, he's a bit big-headed, isn't he? Mm-hmm. But he shouldn't be. He should be able to
I'll tell you what it is.
Man, I've grafted hard to get this job.
I'll tell you what it is.
I'm going to watch it.
I tell you what it is. It means that you care. I think it means that you haven't finished the job and you've gone bullshit. That's it. It's finished now. It means because you two know that if you do a film, it can take a year to edit. And even a year later, I'm still looking forward to it, and I want to watch it, and I want to see what I've done, and not just me as well, watch about everybody else. And it just means that you still care and you become attached to your job,
case in point, if you played in a football match and you won 3-0, you want to sit back with your mates and watch you beat that team 3-0 because you did really, really well. When you were in school, on the rare occasion you did a bit of homework, that you actually sat and go... you were so proud to go, well, let me read you this, do you know what I mean? Exactly. Go, God, this kid's a bit much, do you know what I mean? There's a shift that happens that you become, now suddenly you should stop celebrating and being proud of what you do, and I don't think we should at all. I think we should definitely kind of build it up.
I think you should always be, but I was always like, not that I'm not humble, because I always will be, but like, I never ever used to like talking about my work. And I never used to, like, if someone said, I love This Is England, it's a great film, I never used to go, I know, it is a really good film. Whereas now I go, it is a fucking brilliant film. Like, but when I was a kid, I was kind of ashamed to say it because I didn't want people to think that was big-headed.
Yeah, you feel a bit like, oh God, they're going to think I'm big-headed if I say that. But like now people say...
proud of it,
but you're nice and good people as well, that's what that is.
Well,
for me,
I guess, And I guess that helps in it. If you, like you say, like, we're all down to earth, nice lads, like, do you know what I mean? Like, there is people out there who do it to big themselves up and that. Like, there is people out there who do that. But again, are they doing it for that? Who knows? Is that my interpretation of, he's doing that because he's a big head, or do you know what I mean? Am I wrong for thinking that?
Yeah. It's mad when people ask you to say, what's the best thing you've ever done? You ever get that?
Yeah.
What's your answer to that?
I mean, how long's a piece of string?
Yeah,
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
it. Yeah.
So it's such a difficult. There's you can say, well, what side of it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there a certain thing you want to know what was great to do, but because they can be great for so many different reasons. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like being asked to choose your favourite kid.
Yeah.
Like, who's the favourite?
Yeah, or when people say, like, I've had this a couple of times, like, so who's the most famous person you know then? And you're like, well, what? Because that's subjective. Because I might go, it's this guy, and you go, oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But I fucking love him. He made my life meet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I hate that one, mate.
And I think the thing is with the public as well is people who aren't in the industry. There's a lot of people in our industry who are respected and in the industry who aren't you've got your major stars like Taron Egerton and Richard Madden who everybody knows, but then there's also people in the industry who are very, very respected and very, very good, but they're not a household name. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it depends how you look at it. Like I'm big fans of actors who aren't in the limelight, but
that's what I mean, because you could love you could love a musician who you've met and think that they're the fucking shit.
Yeah, but
and
because they're not on Radio 1 every day, and not everyone knows who they are.
Exactly, they'll go, who?
Yeah.
Oh, he was big back in whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're not famous. Like, I mean, do you know what I mean? Exactly. Like it's a weird one, isn't it?
It is, and John, I've got that list in my head, but I think it ties into a bit into one of the things that I sent with my list was like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Because then people you're talking about who have been put in absolute graft since they came out of drama school, even from when they're younger, if they didn't go there, have worked consistently, have built up a repertoire of work that is, quite substantial and it's all top-notch stuff, yet get absolutely no plaudits from the public because you're not famous, because you're not in the limelight.
Yep.
You'll hold up a Kardashian to the 9th degree like they are God's gift to the world, and you're going, what have you done?
It's mad how again this goes back onto a reality TV episode that we had, but it's mad how reality, and it's nothing against the reality TV people. They've been given an opportunity, they've grabbed it by the balls and they've earned money. Good on them. But what amazes me are things like at home with the cat. What's it called? The Kardashian show, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah. But I've read scripts, and I bet you've read scripts, and I bet you've read scripts that are fucking brilliant, amazing. And sat there and read them. And then I've rang the agent and gone, what's happening with that? And they've gone, they haven't got the money. But then you put like Judge Rinder on and Kardashians.
It blows your mind. It is, and that's what I find. I have the utmost respect for people who are doing that. Do you know what I mean? Of course, you're making a career out of it. You're working. You're making money. I've got all the time in the world for that. But the nature of what you're doing it, and when it becomes for me a detrimental effect to our industry, that's where I have problems.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then also the subculture that breeds then. You're influencing, your adverts, you buy this, get 15% off that, these false body images, these edited photos, all this whole world that has been created, you can pinpoint it that it was that the catalyst for me was the Kardashians. For you to bring it all back to where we're at now, that is kind of, I'm not saying the sole blame is on them, but that's a big starting point for it. That's where that's where my annoyance and frustrations come from.
Yeah.
And it affects the society as well.
It does, man. I mean, massively. Like, one of the husbands is best mates with the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
Like, he sits and chats to him and fucking has conversations with him about designing planes and shit like that. Like,
I know Jamila, she has a lot to do with that. She's very, very passionate on like if the Kardashians are getting paid $2 million to post this fat burning bullet that's making her look how she looks. That's not true.
Yeah.
And that's affecting people, and that young kids are spending their hard-earned money on these things that these celebrities are endorsing, and it's not true. And it makes them feel quite. It can make them feel bad about themselves and how they look, and it's fucking shocking. I don't think
No, I was just going to say as well, like, when you do really break it down and look into it, for me, is what's so sad about it is their main target audience, and they can tell you it isn't the case, but you are targeting the most vulnerable of people, young, impressionable people, and you're abusing the position that you're in. You are in a position, fair enough. How you got there is your story, and
this is what I mean.
But you are now, whether you like it or not, Kim Kardashian. You have tens of millions of people follow. You do have, for me, you're in a position where you have a lot of power, and you should be. Well, good and bad is relative and subjective to the person, but at the same time, if you're putting out there to these 20, 30 million people, probably 10 million of them are at least, you know, between 12 and 14, that this is a perfect body. And that's been, you know, sat and registering in their subconscious. What a sad world they have and hard world they have to navigate through.
Yeah,
and that's
man.
what really gets me down. Like, I just feel we should always be trying to be true to ourselves and try and be good and care and love one another. They're mean. And I see what you're doing. I go, you're going against all of that. It's all so selfish. It's all so self-centered. And you're forgetting you about kind of your duty for these young people and go, actually, let me try and help them through this tough world. It's tough enough as it is.
Yeah,
without all this
yeah.
bullshit.
It is a greed thing, innit, I guess. Like, they're getting paid so much money to do these things, and, you know, they probably either kid themselves that they're doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making the world more beautiful, or I'm making people more beautiful, and that's what we want, or they just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you were saying then, like, one of the things that's always got me about like them and other people like them is about what, 7-8 years ago, I'd never heard of them personally. Never heard who the Kardashians were, any of them. And then they've got famous and they're massive now. And like you say, like Kim Kardashian's husband is...
She's a modern day Jesus.
He sits with Donald Trump on a regular thing and chats about shit. And I'm like, I still don't know what she does. I still don't know what...
She's the first self-made billionaire, female billionaire.
Is she really?
Yeah, I think she was the
But,
first
like,
female self-made billionaire.
But I mean, how from doing what? Because like, if I can look at, say,
She's very fucking
this is
clever,
what I mean,
mate.
it's
She's
the same
very,
like
very
Paris
clever with
Hilton.
her money.
You know, I can look at Paris Hilton and go, what have you ddone to be as famous as you are? Like, you're the daughter of someone who owns a
One
load
night
of
in
hotels. Or, you know, I look at, you know, the only thing, like Kim Kardashian, their family's famous because the dad was friends with O.J. Simpson. That's how they got in the limelight. The dad was best mates with O.J., sat on the trial with him when he was going through the murder trial, and that's how that family got in the limelight. And then they, like you said, you know, they've just ran with that, and they're the Kardashians, you know, and they've ran with that, like, shit, like,
They've got the baton and run, haven't they?
Yeah. Like, it's just madness. And then they are kind of treated like you say, like gods in a way. Like, did you watch the there was a drama series based around...
Do you do anything other than watch TV?
I watch a lot of shit, yeah. There was a drama series based around the OJ trials.
Yeah,
and
great. With, was it Cuba Gooding Jr.?
yes, David Schwimmer, Cuba
yeah.
Gooding Jr. And there's a scene in it. It was great piece of drama. And like, you know, I knew a little bit about the OJ thing, but not much. And it's interesting, and each episode's really good. But there was one thing that bugged me in that whole series. There was an episode...
David Schwimmer?
No. David Schwimmer's brilliant, man. I love David Schwimmer. There was a bit in it where David Schwimmer goes in and the kids are watching TV, and I can't think what they say now, but they make a reference to the fact that they're the Kardashians. They make in this drama, they make a reference to the fact that they're the Kardashians, and you're going to know who these kids are when they grow up. And it ruined it for me. It made me go, oh, that's a sellout.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't need to do that. Because them kids, nobody would have said that back in... I can't remember what the reference was, but they said something like, about say it was about the TV, and they said something like, oh, don't worry, you'll be on there one day, or something like that. And I was like, you didn't need to make that reference.
But then it all just stems back to money, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly, because, you know, one of them might have been an exec producer on it or whatnot, I don't know, but yeah, it does. It probably all stems back to money.
Yeah.
It is, and, you know... I don't know them as people, and they might be some of the most
lovely,
very polite people. Whether I believe that is another thing from going off what you asked, but I do not know that. All I know is what they represent and the way they go about things and their work, so to speak, I think has a lot more negative implications on society than positive.
Yeah.
And all the sub stuff that has come off that we've touched upon is, I find, really disrespectful to our field, but then to people who are saving lives every day. Do you know what I mean?
Man, exactly.
And putting their lives on the line. It makes a mockery of that, and yeah, there are just so many things within it where I'm just like, nah, this is not good for the world or for people.
Yeah. I think on that note, man, we'll put it to an end there, because
we could be here all day talking about shit
I mean,
like that.
this I love it when we have a chat where, like yourself, like you had a few subjects, and then we've spoke with one and gone off on that, and I just love that. Just going off on tangents. It's nice.
But I was thinking of putting the kettle on again, going, let me make another cup of tea and keep recording.
But thanks very much, Cal.
Yeah,
mate.
nice one.
Nah,
mate,
genuinely, but and a massive congratulations with this, by the way.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.
I've said to Tomo, but it's been keeping me highly entertained.
Oh, wicked, man.
On my trains to London.
Yeah, you'll
I'm
have to get
listening
us
to
on.
this, making notes. I didn't like how I sounded there. But no, genuinely, it's been a privilege to be here.
No,
And
thanks for having us, mate.
Nice one.
Thanks very much.
Peace and love.
The end of episode 15,
Yeah. the end.
2019,
Yeah.
which is it's going to be a good year for us. And
Hopefully, yeah,
with guests that we've had on already, Jessica Ellis kicked us into the new year, and then we've had Cel Spellman.
Yeah. We've got some great guests.
We've got some great guests lined up, some amazing ones. But that was for me, one of my favourites.
Yeah, for me it was definitely the warmest chat. I came away from that chat thinking, wow, what a nice chat there. Because Kel's one of them guys, like, we got a little bit deep about stuff, and you can tell he genuinely cares about stuff. Like when we were talking about, young people today, and not just today, when we were young as well, I guess, sort of treating things like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can tell he genuinely cares about stuff.
Yeah, and he understands what it was like to be a kid as well.
Yeah,
Like me and you, and like a lot of our guests, we was brought up the same. None of us had, huge houses and whatnot. We just sort of spent a lot of time being real kids and
just getting bored.
Yeah, a lot of them it was boredom, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so like we say, Kel did have a few subjects, but we sort of settled on water there, and that was a nice chat about sort of water bottled water and paying for water being overrated, because there's, again, like most of the subjects that we have, there's pros and cons, and he's not right, he's not wrong, and it's a nice sort of chatty debate about it. And then, like you say, it moved on to the Kardashians and social media, and again, hearing like Kel's thoughts on that. He's just got a sensitive soul, hasn't he? Where he's not, he didn't outright hate, the Kardashians or anything. He just thinks, oh,
what could he better?
Yeah, what effect are they having on the youth of today, and how could it be better? I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just one of them things that he felt passionate about, which was nice to listen to. And I hope you lot enjoyed it. I certainly come away from those conversations with Kel. I'm just happy, man. He just makes me. He just holds great conversation. He's a good listener.
Yeah.
And he's just an all round top bloke.
Yeah, and off mic, I don't know if he mentioned it on mic now, but off mic, definitely Kel was telling us that he's often thought about doing a podcast as well, which would be amazing. I'd listen to that.
Of course. We won't obviously give your subject away because one of you listeners might sneak it away. And go, actually, we're having that. But it's a great idea. And again, it would just be a nice little passion project for him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So that was episode 15. We'll be back same time, same place next week. With another great guest for you. We won't say who it is because we like to tease you like that. We like to just...
Or because we've done that many, we can't remember.
One of the two.
We've had a very, very long day of podcasting.
We have. Again, when we were actually just saying this, like sometimes when we get to the end of the days of podcasting, we're just a bit like, because we've just been chatting, but it's nice to do it, and we love it, and it's just a lot. It is tiring, but it's fun.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
We're 15 in now. Yeah. We're committed now.
Yeah, we've gone in 2-footed, but I just hope that you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying making it. I know that's a bit of a cliche thing to say, but just keep listening, and we'll keep doing it and keep bringing you bullshit insights to brilliant people. Yeah, and please as well, subscribe, because I've heard that's what we need you to do. So subscribe to the podcast and rate and review the podcast if you can. We used to ask that a lot, especially in the early days. But that means a lot. If you review us and you subscribe, that just means that we can, again,
you put that in front of people and get to bigger and better, not bigger and better guests, but, just other guests. We want to get to, other people and that. And you guys, honestly, even just leaving a nice review, 5 stars, please, on whatever you can review on, is amazing. There's a Patreon there. I'm sure you've heard the jingle. Thomas, sing a song.
I'm not singing nothing.
Sing.
See you next week.
Bye.